Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Yes, we will continue the rest of Elite Series 75 reviews, but the remaining ones did need the addressing as the ones that we're going to get into here. Starting off with Seth Rollins. There's several concerns that we need to address right now, and best thing that you can go about doing, I don't know if there's another brand that makes this specific color, which gives it like this glimmer shine pickup that you're seeing right here. Okay, so here's the thing. If you look inside on the custom that we had made, I'd actually done the line work on the front as well as on the back. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to replicate this paint right here with this one right here. So this is it's called Deco Art Metallics Acrylic. Do a screenshot, man. Go to your arts and crafts stores. This is where I found it, and this is the closest thing that you're going to find to getting that outline work up front. So we're going to have to do it on the Mattel version so we can get that all fixed up. And then we're also going to have to do it on the back, kind of like on the left side right here. You see the two lines? We're going to have to go in there and touch it up right on the back end of it. And then also, the other thing that I wanted to do, the vest. Some people had brought up that the neck is actually, it almost looks like it's reversed. It's not, because this is the back side of it, but it's still sitting really high. So we're going to go in here with the scissors and cut around just a dab right there so it doesn't look as wonky as what we're seeing it right here. So painting and some cutting right here for Seth Rollins. Now for Jeff Hardy, I did want the black tank top on him, so we're not going to actually, let's remove off the shirt so you guys can get a good idea of what we're working with here. The only Jeff Hardy that has the black tank top that doesn't have the shoulder tattoo, it's going to be the Survivor Series, so I want to use this for parts right here because that's like the look that I recall. Like, it was the black tank top, not the white, so I want to put the black tank top on this look right here to get it more accurate. And then the other thing that I wanted to do was the kick pads right here. On Hurricane, they were way too short. They were almost up there right there with like the Gargano look of it all. So I want to use my Finn Balor ones because this one does have the black calves. So I'm going to go ahead and swap it from the knees all the way down. And then the other thing that I wanted to keep is this lower part of the kick pads. So I'm going to pull this piece off and insert it into that. It is a task, and it is going a little bit above and beyond from what we normally do, but I really want to still keep that white outline and the green. So I'm going to have to eliminate the bottom portion of the kick pad when we do that. And then also for the chase, this is just a fantasy look that I want to try out just to see how it all plays out. But the basic, it did have the longer hair on the old one that was first released before we got this one. So I really just want to do a head swap just to see what it looks like right there onto the Elite. So that one is a minor thing. And this one right here, there's a couple of things I want to do. One, again, I want to add a little bit more color. I want to add just a little extra to what we have going on right here with Pete Dunne. So I'm going to go ahead and swap it from the knees so we can get the red kick pad look on the black, and then also do this head swap on this one as well. So a couple of things, some important things for sure. Some is just to try out the fantasy of how it looks, but the other ones are definitely critical and important, such as these. So I said we go ahead and get into it. I want to take a look at Rollins first, see what you guys think about this. I did end up using a toothpick. You can use just a regular brush. I just feel like for line work such as this, it requires something very, very thin. You'd have to go in there and trim down the brush. So for me personally, that's always worked well. So that's the approach that I took. So yes, I went in there. So here's the Mattel, and then here's the custom that you guys have already seen on the channel. So we got it up front. We got both lines right up front. Those two very important lines up front, as well as details on the back right here. On the back, there it is. There's the ones right here. I do got to touch it up a little bit. The other big concern that I want to talk about, I know we talked about this in the review, but is the whole line work. This is going to obviously take more meticulous work to get it correct, but if you look at my custom, these little white outlines that you're seeing right here should have been more up against the front and then back here, so these ones still need to be touched up. But for the vest, let me show you the vest, you guys. So the vest, again, I could go in there and do the exact same thing with this paint. It might have been different paint, but for the vest, I do feel like if you were to add those other lines, there's like several lines that start from the bottom and work their way up that it should have on there. So that's another thing that I could do once I go back here. But for the time being, I still wanted to show you how it all looks like all trimmed up. I didn't have to take all that much off. I mean, if I were to sit here and show you, it's probably about, I don't know, a couple centimeters at best, but it's really night and day on how it looks like, on how it should be sitting a lot lower versus all the way up on how the Mattel version had it. So trimmed up right there, outline work all taken care of. Seth Rollins, this was a great foundation and a nice platform to use while I was going through the whole painting process. Now, my personal favorite from this, it's got to be the Hurricane. I think this is looking really, really good. Biggest struggle is getting the bottom of the kick pads onto the Finn Balor style. But check that out, man. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's like a big pet peeve when they give us the wrong kick pads. It's just something about it. It doesn't stand well with me. So doing that, doing the swap right there and adding the bottom of the kick pads from the other one right there, just so much better. That looks beautiful. Look at that. Now, there is a little bit of skin tone that I am going to have to touch up. I thought for some reason, because these knee pads were like on the Finn Balor, they were like all covered. So I thought it was already all black. But it's weird because the paint, and this is Mattel, this isn't something that I painted. The paint starts like right there, right where the hinge is, and then it's like skin tone. So I'm going to have to touch that up as well. I'm going to have to go in there with some black paint and get the upper part of the cast, but it's still a lot better versus what we saw right there with the Mattel release. Here's a little side-by-side comparison. It's just sitting like 3/4 of the way down, and it shouldn't be that. Now this is awesome too, though. I want to show you this. I want to, if you guys know anybody or that has like white kick pads, like full-on white, I do want to do it to the chase as well. I think that would really reap the benefits on getting that accurate right there. But nonetheless, that head swap right here from the basic, dude, yes. And I do want to give you a huge heads up. If you do attempt this, be very, very careful. The way that the head sculpt is like sculpted on here, it's strange, man. It's like super wide. You don't want to heat it for too long. You want to heat it just right. I don't know. I think it was about 30 seconds that I went. I didn't surpass that, but it started stretching out. So just be careful with that. I think this is still good. I should still be able to get some use out of it. I was thinking about putting it onto there, but I think we've seen this, man. I could be wrong. I have to go check out Hurricane's little history record, but I feel like he's worn the long hair with this look right here. I think the logo might have been different, but that is awesome. I like the long hair. I've always preferred long hair when it comes to really any superstar. Ideally, I do like this one. And the mask too. This one has got more sculpt, more design going around like the eyes as opposed to this one. Let me just grab this one so you guys can get a quick look of it all. You can see that the way that the beard is on this one and the lips, even though it's not true FX on this one, I still prefer this one so much more. You're getting more sculpting, more tooling right here by the forehead area, as well as the strap coming all the way back there. And then once you add the cape to it all, dude, I love it. I really genuinely love that one. So really stoked to get the head swapped on there and getting those kick pads corrected. Again, if you guys know, help me out. Please tell me, fill me in as to what I could use for those white kick pads. If anybody has them, like obviously Rollins, but then the back of it is blue. I mean, these ones need to get taken care of anyways. So that might be a choice or an option. So let's look at Jeff Hardy right here with the black tank top. Dude, yes sirree. This is so damn good, man. Check it out. So here's the one right there from the Survivor Series if you just were curious as to how that looks. Obviously the paint, it's not blending in properly with the rest of that because the sleeve right here, it does stop 3/4 of the way on the bicep area. But this, man, this is kind of how we saw it on the packaging. So getting that converted. And of course we carried on right there with the necklace. It doesn't have the tattoo, which during this time he didn't. So all that right there, that is all on the money. I mean, the belt, that's really the only thing. But I actually like the little gold accent accent. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm actually digging that gold accent right there. So black tank top on the brand new Elite Series 75 Jeff Hardy. Next up, let's get this other man in here, dude. Which one do you guys want to look at? I want to take off the vest so you guys can get the whole feel of it all and how both of these turned out and how both of them actually benefited from the whole swap. All right, so the old one, the old Target exclusive. There it is, the long hair. He's worn the long hair with these tights. So actually, this is not even all that much fantasy. But the black, I saw a lot of people, like before this one was released, before Elite Series 75 was released, I did notice a lot of people in the community doing swaps with black kick pads. So I kind of wanted to try it out myself. But I didn't want to use a baller. I wanted to hang on and wait for this one. So that way I can also see what it looks like with the red on the brand new Elite 75. I like the red with the combination of the gold, the short hair. Obviously the expression is a lot better. I want to put a little challenge up to one of you guys out there, man. I know there's a lot of customizers out there that do watch these from time to time, but I want to see how the hairpiece on this expression, like the longer hair, would look on this. So if anybody ends up doing the swap, the hair swap, send it to me on Instagram. I would love to see as to how that looks. But there it is. Black kick pads, red kick pads on the gold, and then the long hair right there with the maroon. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.